arriving in the calm evening mist. A set of signals, tracks, and the sounds of nature would be what would greet us here tonight in Jacksonville. These rails are home to the GS&F line, also known as the Georgia Southern and Florida Railway, operated by Norfolk Southern south from Macon, Georgia, all the way to Jacksonville. This district sees a plentiful assortment of traffic, with rush hours in the morning, evening, and overnight. Tonight, the traffic would be no different, as 26C, a northbound intermodal, was getting their clearance to proceed out into the barren woodlands. This is the Thomas Creek Road crossing. This is where I would be choosing to camp out until 26C decided to get their green light and start heading out. You can't ever get bored at this spot, because even if something's not coming, there's always planes flying overhead. With all that being said, 26C was getting the green light to head out of the yard and head northbound. And the genius way I was able to tell he was coming towards me is because of his ditch lights. They're flashing. Seeing that the train was now departing, I was on my way over to Crawford, and 26C was not far behind.
This girl knew she wouldn't be there long. She had plans and dreams. She'd seen pictures of the Sunshine State in the pages of a magazine. So she waited in tables and she used her smile, saving every penny she came for a one-way Dixie-bound Amtrak ticket headed for the promised land. Her mom and daddy begged her not to go when the day she dreamed of came, and she waved goodbye sitting well high from the window of a southbound train. Now she's got a fire burning deep inside, riding on a southbound train, and the clickety-clack of that railroad track only helped to fan the flame. No more worries, no more cares, she left them up in Bangor, Maine. She's starting a brand new life, riding on a southbound train. Whoa.
As 26C made their way into the sunset, I decided to move back east towards Jacksonville to meet up with Cedric to see if we couldn't try our luck and see if an 18E wouldn't wander out of the yard. And to our bewilderment, 18E was right there when we got to Crawford. With the sun finally set and the wildlife blooming, 18E was now in the siding at Crawford. The closest siding is nearly 60 miles ahead, in Fargo, Georgia. Within the hour, a set of golden lights illuminated the dense forest coming from the west. Southbound intermodal NS 281. With 281 calling distant, NS 18E's conductor would step off the locomotive, hopping off for a roll-by inspection on both sides.
Hey, I have a flashlight too. See? I can do that too. Oh my god, he's waving back. How funny is that? Hey! That's awesome! It's gonna be loud. Hey, we have a problem.
That's not 321.
That's not 321.
Do you think it's 360?
That's a tier 4 Gevo, whatever it is. Should I just yell at him and be like, yo, what's the frequency? That'd be so funny.
With the next southbound coming through Valdosta, 18E was given permission to fly north and meet the southbound at Fargo. Once they were out of the siding, we would run alongside them in pace and watch them notch up all the way to notch 8. Fargo, Georgia, the town truly in the middle of nowhere. Home to one Dollar General, one gas station, and maybe 20 combined buildings. With 18E not far behind, 321 was in the siding at Fargo. Trains can be stopped for hours here at Fargo, waiting for northbounds and southbounds to clear. Definitely not efficient, but huge win for the Candy Crush players. With that being said, 18E was hot on our tail. Only 3.5 minutes before 18E came screaming around the corner. With 18E out of the way, 321 was cleared south to move to Crawford to meet another northbound.
Woo!
After 321 would move out of the siding, we would move further south, back down towards Crawford.
All right, we have made it to, what is this? What road is this? I have no idea. I'm not even going to try to pretend to know what it is for the video. There's a lot of stars here, which is really cool because there's a train also that has magically shown up even though we've been chasing it. And I think, I think a train magically spawned out of thin air just for the shot. Production value. I think that's the Milky Way, if that's not clouds, which is really cool. You can see all the stars glimmering in the night sky. And then there's 321. That'll work. And here comes the horn. That's probably 287. Higher priority.
With 321 now out of the way, 287 was now stuck in the siding waiting for someone else. Who it is? Well, if it isn't our favorite friends at CSX. Coming in from the north, M209 with an absolute monster of a train. Already passing through Callahan, was given clearance to pass in front of 287.
That was the longest 209 I've ever seen. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's bad.
Not even a minute after 287 cleared, L729 was right there.
That is not 371.
Vinny's failing. That's the quickest I've ever seen a train. Brother, can we get a CNP5 Doppler like this? We need being able to...
With the absolute behemoth that was L729 now out of the way, another northbound was lined through Crawford. Funny enough, this is a train that I had already seen. On the way up here, I made a pit stop at Lake Panisofsky, and for the 2 minutes I was there, a train rolled through. And that train was B796.
You ready for the diamond?
With B796 now trustling through the diamond, we checked in any direction for any traffic at all before we decided to head back south. With nothing coming up, the choice was clear. Back south we went. The early morning hours in Lake Panisofsky are loud yet brittle ones. While most souls are sound asleep, the economy is hard at work. The truck stop here at Lake Panisofsky made for a perfect choice. With coal being rare and rarer nowadays, we would luck out. With the last train of a southbound rush that had been taking place on the S-line the whole night. That coal train would be CO41. With the trucks moving in and out constantly, the Orlando-bound coal train moved closer and closer, and eventually, it came through.
No DP? What?
Well, that's
CO41 would cross over at Riddell to meet two northbounds, a pig train and a manifest. Following behind I-178 was M442, northbound manifest heading to Waycross from Tampa. This would be the last train of the night. A productive day, to say the least. If you stuck around for this long, may God bless you and thank you.